The unseen fractures. Decoding the signs when a woman contemplates divorce. Imagine a vase, beautiful and seemingly flawless on the outside, but riddled with invisible cracks within. Much like this vase, a marriage can appear intact to the casual observer while harboring deep fissures that threaten its very foundation. When a woman begins to seriously contemplate divorce, the signs are often subtle yet profound. In this exploration, we'll delve into the complex tapestry of human relationships, unraveling the threads that may indicate a wife is considering ending her marriage. The silence of emotional disconnect. Picture a once vibrant garden, now eerily quiet, devoid of the usual chirping of birds and rustling of leaves. One of the most telling signs of a woman contemplating divorce is an uncharacteristic emotional silence. She may become increasingly reserved, sharing less about her day, her thoughts, or her feelings. Conversations might become superficial, focusing only on necessary logistics rather than deeper emotional connections. There's a palpable absence of vulnerability in her interactions with her spouse. When was the last time you truly felt emotionally connected to your partner? The shift in priority. Self over us. Imagine a ship changing its course, slowly but surely veering away from its original destination. In a similar vein, a woman considering divorce often begins to prioritize her individual growth and happiness over the collective us of the marriage. She might pursue new hobbies or interests independently, without involving her spouse. Career goals or personal ambitions that were once on the back burner may suddenly take center stage. Decision-making becomes more autonomous, with less consideration for how it affects the marriage. Consider the story of Amelia Earhart, who, despite being married, prioritized her passion for aviation and personal achievements. While not necessarily indicative of divorce, it exemplifies the shift in priorities from us to self. The fading physical intimacy. Think of a fire that once roared with passion, now reduced to barely glowing embers. Physical intimacy often wanes when a woman is contemplating ending her marriage. There's a noticeable decrease in physical affection, from holding hands to intimate moments. She may avoid situations that could lead to physical closeness. When intimacy does occur, it might feel mechanical or obligatory rather than passionate. The rise of conflict or indifference. Paradoxically, a woman considering divorce might exhibit two opposing behaviors: increased conflict or complete indifference. In the conflict scenario, minor disagreements escalate into major arguments more frequently. She may become more critical of her spouse, pointing out flaws she previously overlooked. There's a sense of underlying tension, even in calm moments. In the indifferent scenario, she stops engaging in arguments altogether, showing a whatever attitude. There's a lack of emotional investment in resolving conflicts. She may agree to things she previously opposed, simply to avoid engagement. Is conflict a sign of caring, and indifference a sign of having already let go? The quest for independence. Visualize a bird testing its wings before taking flight. A woman contemplating divorce often begins to assert her independence more strongly. She may open separate bank accounts or make significant financial decisions alone. There's an increased focus on building a support network outside the marriage. She might explore or secure independent living arrangements, even if hypothetically. The rewriting of the relationship narrative. A woman considering divorce might begin to reframe the story of her marriage. She may focus more on negative experiences from the past. Positive memories are downplayed or reinterpreted in a less favorable light. There's a tendency to use absolutist language. You always, or you never. How does our perception of the past influence our decisions about the future? The emotional investment elsewhere. Picture a gardener who stops tending to one plot and begins nurturing another. A woman contemplating divorce might start investing her emotional energy elsewhere. She may become more engaged with friends, family, or even a potential new romantic interest. There's an increased emotional dependence on people other than her spouse for support and validation. She might speak more enthusiastically about relationships and interactions outside the marriage. The shift in communication patterns. Imagine a radio frequency that once came through crystal clear, now filled with static. Communication often changes dramatically when divorce is on the horizon. There's a decrease in sharing daily experiences or future plans. She might communicate more through texts or emails rather than face-to-face conversations. Important discussions are postponed or avoided altogether. Consider how technology has changed communication in relationships. The shift from in-person talks to digital messages can sometimes indicate a deeper disconnection. The visualization of a different future. Think of an artist starting to sketch a new painting over an existing one. A woman seriously considering divorce often begins to envision and plan for a future without her spouse. She might speak more about individual long-term goals rather than shared ones. There's an increased interest in understanding divorce processes and implications. She may start making plans that don't include her spouse, even for events in the distant future. Conclusion: the complexity of marital crossroads. As we've explored these signs, it's crucial to remember that relationships are intricate tapestries woven from countless threads of experiences, emotions, and expectations. No single sign definitively indicates an impending divorce, just as no single crack dooms our metaphorical vase to shatter. These signs are not a checklist for diagnosing a doomed marriage, but rather a call for deeper understanding, communication, and potentially reconciliation. They serve as a mirror, reflecting areas in the relationship that may need attention, care, and nurturing. For those recognizing these signs in their own relationships, it's an invitation to pause, reflect, and perhaps reach out, be it to your partner, a counselor, or a trusted confidant. The decision to end a marriage is profoundly personal and complex, influenced by a myriad of factors beyond these observable signs. In the end, whether a relationship flourishes, transforms, or concludes, the journey offers invaluable lessons about love, growth, and the ever-evolving nature of human connections. In the grand tapestry of life, how do our relationships shape our individual threads, and how do we, in turn, weave the fabric of our shared experiences?